Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday. Woo! Friday the 13th. Uh-oh. I can be superstitious. All right, it's 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast, bright and early. Not so bright, but very early. All right, in all seriousness, I want to talk about the coronavirus first, and that's going to lead into Trump. All right, I've told you guys I'm a science geek. I love graphs and all that stuff. And every day I tune into world meters to watch all sorts of numbers, births, deaths, all this. If you ever tuned into this site, you'd be amazed by the information. And I could be on there for hours just watching numbers turn and that amazes me. But anyway, we've broken numbers every day now, and for the last 8 days in a row, 9 days in a row, 164,000 cases yesterday. 64,000 people. Oh, I'm sorry, 67,000 people. This is another record yesterday. 67,000 people hospitalized in America. Now, this again is for the Trump supporters, the people that think that listen to Donald Trump, saying that this is, it's nothing more than some sniffles. When he talked about Barron coming down with just nothing but some sniffles and it was gone. 67,000 people hospitalized. The amount of physical labor and the supplies and the time that goes into 67,000 people being hospitalized every 24 hours is just amazing, just for this one virus. And like I was talking about before, how I was affected with my hip replacement and everything. Their states are already talking about elective surgeries or non-necessary surgeries being put on hold, and this affects everybody. It just makes for a miserable, scary month. All right, now to Donald Trump. He is still president, and he's claiming that he won. He's still claiming he won, and not only that. Now he's starting to hint that it looks like we're starting to get a pretty good picture of what's going on with him. He's never going to admit that he lost. He's never going to admit it. He's for the rest of his life, and probably for the rest of his children's lives, and for history forever, he's going to claim it was rigged against him and deep state, blah, blah, blah. That whole thing. He wants to be seen as going down fighting. Like the video I made yesterday, man. Sometimes you just can't connect with people. Right. So you start to get a picture this morning, especially as I watched I watched the overnight news and the morning news as I'm reading on my computer, as I'm looking over stuff on my phone. People always wonder how a lot of times I'll read and I'll watch TV and watch movies and have the music on all at the same time. I need a lot of input. Anyway, it's starting to look like Trump's going to, he's already talking about running in 2024. That means I suddenly got a picture that filled in, a scary picture that filled in of our future, that he's never really going to go away. Now, remember, as you know, the people that watch my channel, I keep talking about Trump and his addiction to adulation and these rallies. We've seen this. We've seen this for at least five years, constantly. He's got to be in withdrawals right now, and I'm not joking when I say that. I mean that sincerely. He's probably having real withdrawal symptoms, headaches, whatever, sleeplessness, fidgety. Guaranteed he is. But so he's talking about 2024, and I started to get a picture of a possible future of the next 4 years. And so there's these rumors coming out that he's at least going to wait until Biden is put in office before he announces his candidacy. You know what I'm trying to say. For 2024. All right. And what will happen at that point? he's going to start holding these rallies again. I got this vision of what the next 4 years are going to hold. Monthly, weekly, daily rallies across the United States for the next 4 years, where you have a literal, now it would be a literal cult. I'm sure he'll call it a pack or a political movement or whatever. But I started to picture these rallies, and with these rallies daily working against the Biden administration, putting them down, criticizing, mocking, all that stuff. So basically you'll have a president, an administration, and then a crybaby, wannabe cult influencing. And this is the question, how many Trump supporters will continue on over the next 4 years? I think that has a lot to do with how this all plays out, how this plays out with Biden. Now, going back to the coronavirus, for people with their heads in logic and reasonable thought, we're watching what's going on right now. And the coronavirus is out of control. Biden is already stepping in and getting plans, talking to people, setting up his administration and everything, and what he's going to do, hit the ground running. Or Trump just seems to be hands off. I mean, it literally seems like he's just done with this, and these are the worst days ever since this whole thing began. And you don't hear a peep out of our president about this pandemic just raging like wildfire across all 50 states now. Not a peep. He's just concerned with lawsuits and him not looking like a loser. How people can say that they want this again in 2024, it defies logic. I have no idea. Like I said, so this is all, it all depends on how Trump supporters react to this and what plays out over the next couple of months. When a vaccine comes, how bad this actually gets over the next month or two. If people actually wake up and see that Trump doesn't care, that he has just washed his hands of this whole pandemic. And as most of us knew, it's all about him, and the pandemic doesn't mean squat to him right now, as we can see. That'll have an effect, I imagine, but I still see a core group, a very solid core group that will follow him through hell or high water for the next 4 years. And I could picture these rallies on a weekly, daily, whatever basis, contradicting what our actual president is saying, throwing doubt on everything, just a general hindrance to our democracy and our country and the health of our country, the security of our country. So this isn't going to go away. This, thinking that Trump would just slink away and lick his wounds, that was hopeful thinking. Then there's this talk about him starting up another media empire, conservative TV network or whatever that would go against Fox, because the love affair between him and Fox ended pretty quickly when Fox called Arizona. That was like a punch in the face to Donald Trump, and he is not going to forget that. So it's questionable. I think things are up in the air right now, but it's there's a lot of scary, troubling scenarios. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Friday. Be careful, Friday the 13th.